Hi. Hello. Thanks for tuning in this week for this week's version of another episode of something that's not very long and not very interesting. This week we'll be talking about something that kind of blows me away that people don't pay attention to. Gnomes. I mean, there's some video clips online of gnomes that are real. Proof enough, I say. But also to remember this, it's a mythology, and things are different in times when people like to write stories about different kinds of creatures and beings that don't seem very realistic today, but you can also find videos of on YouTube. Take, for example, Bigfoot, another creature that clearly exists, but has also been portrayed in mythology as a bad creature. Gnomes, on the other hand, have also been portrayed as bad creatures. They also do things with their shoe. They tie people's shoes together. They've also been said to help fix people's shoes, which is important because shoes are not easy to fix unless you buy new shoes, especially in today's world where the free market is such a strange, bizarre place. A place where things like Bigfoot would never ever want to be. So, join me today in a brief overview of gnomes. The first experience I had with gnomes was when a nice gentleman by the name of, I don't remember, came to our elementary school, and he decided to show us his hobby of building gnome homes, also known as building fairy homes for the girl side of things. But for the boy sides, you can build gnome homes in the woods with stuff that you find like bricks and stuff, or pieces of bricks, trees, branches, anything really. You can see a video from Frost Media where Ken Eliason and I went into the woods. So anyways, this guy tells me, hey, what I do for a hobby is build gnome homes. I say, what I do for a hobby now is being interested in gnome for the rest of my life. Thank you. Hi. Another thing this gentleman would do is write stories about the gnome homes that he built. And that included stories that he wrote himself, and the information that he based his mythology on came from a book called Gnomes. It's a fairy tale book, tons of information, thank you. But it's actually a serious, in-depth look at the things that make gnomes what they are. Gnomes. So don't forget, check this book out. Here's a brief overview of what I find most interesting in this book. I like the fact that he goes into a biological aspect of the gnomes, with direct heights, direct features, and also medicines that they use, including herbal medicines, non-herbal medicines, lifestyle choices. Another one of my favorite parts is the mythology, where he goes into a brief history of stuff about them in the past, and how they got to be where they are. And don't forget the fact that there's also other stuff in the book about how they help animals. Ooh, look! This is what a gnome wedding looks like! One of my favorite parts is about a different kind of gnome called an Uldra. These gnomes are dark and can't see very well in the daytime. They're scary, and they also ride on elks' backs, but they're actually not that scary. All in all, it's one of my favorite books. I think everybody should read it, and everybody should believe in it, just like the mighty Bigfoot. Thanks for tuning in for this stupid video. Bye-bye. So long.